This is the NHRA Motorsports Museum, a recently completed project gathering together within its commodious display areas dozens of vitally significant race machines and items of memorabilia that seek to tell the colorful story of drag racing and other popular motorsports which have been born in Southern California. Everyone knows the story of Wally Parks, who took a post-war activity, hot rodding, and helped to take it from a mostly hoodlum-driven hobby to a multi-million-dollar professional sport through the organization he founded, the National Hot Rod Association. Even before you enter the museum, outside you'll see the 1954 Dodge station wagon and accompanying travel trailer that Wally's Drag Safari used in the NHRA's early days to help set up safe and sanctioned drag races across the country. This museum traces the NHRA's long journey from raw idea to worldwide notoriety.
The museum represents a longtime dream of our founder and chairman of the board, Wally Parks, who wanted to perpetuate the history of drag racing and NHRA, as well as some other forms of motorsports in Southern California. We're located on the Fairplex grounds at Pomona. Back in 1953, the first ever NHRA sanctioned event was held here at Pomona Raceway, which is also on the Fairplex.
Since we can't possibly show you every exhibit at the museum, we asked Greg Sharp, the curator, to point out what are, in his opinion, some of the more popular ones.
This is one of our most popular displays here at the museum. These are two cars driven by Don the Snake Prudhomme, who is still very active in drag racing as a car owner in both Top Fuel and funny car ranks. This is the car that actually made him famous and where he picked up his nickname, the Snake. He was a tall, skinny kid and he had lightning quick reflexes, and somebody just referred to him as the Snake, and it stuck, which began a whole series of drag racing nicknames, the Snake, the Mongoose, Big Daddy, and so forth, which really helped put the sport on the map. The other car behind it is the Skull Bandit. That was the last car driven by Don Prudhomme. He retired from driving in 1994, and you can see the tremendous contrast. This car had a 112-inch wheelbase. The Skull car had a 300-inch wheelbase. These two cars really represent the technology in the mid-50s. This is a car from a car club in San Diego known as the Bean Bandits. And that wouldn't be too politically correct today, but in those days it was perfectly acceptable. A group of Mexican Americans from San Diego that got together and they really had a ball drag racing. They built everything themselves, raced it themselves. Joaquin Arnett was their president and usually the driver, along with Carlos Ramirez. This car won the first NHRA event ever held here at Pomona in April of 1953. And the strip looked exactly like you see it here in this mural in 1953.
Want more history? How about a genuine 1962 409 powered Chevy Super Stalker, right next to the infamous 1963 Hemi Plymouth, the Melrose Missile, and one of the sport's first funny cars, Doug Thorley's Chevy Too Much. Here's Dandy Dick Landy's legendary Hemi Dart, and the notorious Chi-Town Hustler of Farconis, Coyle, and Minnick. Mickey Thompson's Challenger 1 land speed record car powered by 4 supercharged Pontiac engines, and his revolutionary Mach 1 Mustang funny car. And when you say revolutionary, when it comes to drag racing, the name Big Daddy Don Garlits should wheel stand immediately into your head. This is Swamp Rat 14, the first successful rear-engine Top Fuel car. But long before there was Top Fuel, rodders raced on the dry lakes of desert California, and men like Art Chrisman were laying the foundation of what was to come.
This is a very significant vehicle known as Chrisman's number 25 car. It's probably the oldest hot rod in existence. The best research we can uncover is that it was probably built as a circle track racer for Legion Ascot Speedway in around 1932. But shortly thereafter it started running at the dry lakes and was what was known as those days as a dry lakes modified.
From the 1957 Plymouth raced by Wally Parks himself to one of the earliest known street rods built by Ed Iskey Iskandarian to Kenny Bernstein's Bud King, the first car to go 300 miles per hour in the quarter mile, the NHRA Motorsports Museum is a heavy-duty nostalgia trip that reminds us all of how the past will always be the prelude to our future.